I'm back, baby! And it's showtime! What's happening, YouTube? Back in the day gamer here. Thanks for tuning into my channel. You didn't think I was gonna miss Halloween, did ya? Oh no. For my triumphant return back to the YouTubes, we're gonna play a game from my favorite system of all time, the Nintendo. Or as you may refer to it, the NES. No. Back in the day, back in my day, it was the Nintendo. Moms, dads, kids, aunts, uncles, grandparents, everybody called it the Nintendo, and that is what it forever shall be to me. But without further ado, you fucking know what game we're playing. You saw the thumbnail. You know why we're here. We're gonna play Beetlejuice on the Nintendo. We're not gonna play it. Really, we're gonna talk about it. We're not doing a let's play, but to understand this game and to like it. Because this game, it's not good. It's not good, no. But it's also not bad. Half of the game, 40% of the game is really good when you know what you're doing. 40% more of it isn't very good. And 20% of it is just crap. But we're gonna go through this to determine whether or not you think it's a good game. Because spoiler, I do think it's a good game. It's not a great game. But when you know what you're doing, and this is a game where you need to fucking know what you're doing, when you do, it's a good play. So, we're gonna review this game, but to review it and understand it, we need to play it for a moment. So, we're just gonna go through the first level, just play for 2 minutes. And I'm gonna explain a little bit about it, and when you understand it, you're gonna be like, hey, you know what? Back in the day gamer, he might know a little bit more about this game than the angry video game nerd. We might like his opinion better than the other famous guy that everyone likes. Let's see. So upon entering the cartridge, you see the dreaded LJN rainbow, right? I love angry video game nerd, but boom, right there, Beetlejuice. That's awesome. That's a good cutscene. So I love angry video game nerd, but you know, he's making shows. And it's showtime! I don't always agree with him. What I really like to start off, aside from that Beetlejuice head, is your little mini-map here. So, alright, it's playing a little bit too fast. So, this game has good graphics. Beetlejuice looks cool, background's cool, you know, it's not showstopper, but you need to get that key to get into this house. Once you're in this house, don't get hit by those lights, because you'll explode. Yeah, that's the first thing you figure out. You have to hit this little red switch. The light switch turns the lights off. That makes this cloud go up and down for you to jump on it. Once you're on it, you're up onto the second level here. Then, you gotta hit the other light switch to make this cloud over here activate again. This part's really sharp. That was just a nice little touch, but you hit that switch, opens up to this level here. Now, for a while it took me forever to figure out what those flowers were, but they make you invincible. You pick up the Book of the Deceased one, just like in the movie. It's cool, right? Hit these two switches, door opens, boom, you're outside to the next level. So, the controls on this game, they're awesome. They're super, super tight, but they are squirrely fast. Here's the part where you probably got to hear and were like, I hate this game. Stomping on the Beatles. So, Back in the Day Gamer is an RPG fan, and right here you're grinding. You're grinding for points. Not points, but what do they call them? I forget the name. We'll see when you go into the store. You're grinding. Okay, so now we're inside the shop here. I like the shrunken head guy. That's cool. A little take back to the show, but each one is different. For this one, you need skeletons. So, a part you wouldn't know is right here. To get past this, you need to use the skeleton to destroy the beehive, because a skeleton doesn't have skin and bones and can't be stung. So once you do that, it activates the cloud and lets you go on. Now, there's your first taste of what really, really fucking sucks about this game. The merciless knockback, and then there's also the massive issue of the screen. It didn't happen that we died because of knockback, but on the screen, well, first, let's beat this guy. I believe we got Oath out here, right? All you gotta do when you get to the enemies is get them knock them all the way to the right, and they're dead. Boom! You beat them. It's not usually that easy. Love this little cutscene here. When the car shoots through the covered bridge and they drown, back to the little map area here. I like that part. It's a good touch. There's lots of little good touches here. So onto this board, this one becomes more complicated, but the controls, man, they're like both. They're so touchy, they're squirrely. That's how it is. It's easy to jump on those bugs and fall in the water here, but don't do that. These gates are more shops. This is the board where you need to grind your ass off stomping beetles to accumulate enough points to just keep buying extra lives. So you have 9. That's as most you can get. Then once you have 9 lives, you go ahead and move on, because without those 9 lives, you only get 3 continues, and there's no way you're beating this damn game without 9 lives and all 3 of those continues. But, ooh, get that extra guy. Here you got the ogre power up. I believe that's the best one. I think it is the most powerful, but yeah, I think it's the best one. Anyhow, at least it's the best one early on. The snake guy is cool at the end. That's who I use to beat later, but we're not getting that far. I'm rambling. Holy shit, am I rambling. But anyhow, you're getting a taste of this, right? So far, since you know kind of what's going on now, it's not horrible, right? The screen scrolling, before we stop doing the voiceover on the plane, you gotta, you can't get past that guy until you beat him. But the screen scrolling. So right now, if I were to drop down real fast, the screen would not scroll down and you would land below. Oh no, you would just die. This part here, it's real rough too. It's the screen scrolling and the squirrely controls and not knowing what to do makes this game hated. But now that you know, don't hate it. Wow, that was a lot of rambling. Much more than 2 minutes. But now, you know what's going on in the game. Hopefully I cut some of that out because I'm long-winded. But now that you know how to play the game, that is your enemy. The screen scrolling and the knockback and the controls, those are not in your favor. But when you know what you're doing, the game's fun. Because you know what you're doing. And then you get the controls down, and you gotta stomp the beetles. There's no way around it. Another key part that I forgot to mention though is up here, right now, you got your Beetlejuice head, it says 0 next to it. It's not 0, guys. You get 3 hit points. So you get hit once, that turns into a 1, twice turns into a 2, 3, you die. But then, if you stomp a beetle, it takes away one of those numbers. So it's giving you another hit point, decreasing those numbers, because you want it to be 0, which is the opposite of how it should be, but farming beetles for points and health. That's a big part of it. There's other little nuances, little things here and there that when you learn them, the game gets a lot better. Like I said, this is a good game. I mean, NES, a lot of the games just suck. A lot of the games are misunderstood. I feel like I say this a lot in my videos, but they are. And I am all for Nintendo. I'm all for preaching the love of Nintendo. And this game is well worth playing. All this talking, I'm getting parched. Nobody talks about Beetlejuice on the Nintendo. Now, what got me into playing it for this video was because the movie was coming out. The new movie, Beetlejuice. I was super excited, so leading up to it, I'm like, I'm gonna play Beetlejuice. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna beat Beetlejuice, and I'm gonna do a video right when Beetlejuice comes out, because it'll probably get a lot of hits then, because Beetlejuice, right? Well, it was a long time playing this game. I've been real busy, so I don't have a lot of time to play, but I would sit down and play for a couple hours, and it took me a hell of a long time to get past the house. And the movie does have lots of cool little throwbacks, nods to the game. I mean, has lots of nods and throwbacks to the movie. Little cutscenes, little things. Yeah, I'm not ruining anything. It's not a spoiler. You're not gonna play this game anyway. You're gonna watch my video and go on with your lives. But I like how at the end you get to the attic, and then you go into the afterlife after that. The afterlife board is just nonsense. It's horrible. It fucking sucks. Without that, it would have been a much better game. But 99% of people that played this game never even saw that board because it's real hard to get to. Once you get to it, it's just total nonsense. Like I said, with the screen, the knockback, and I'm not sure what to say, it's not auto-scrolling, but when you go up, you can't just fall back down, or just, even though there's a platform this far below the bottom of your game screen, no, it just turns into a bottomless pit if it's not there. Yeah, lot of rage quits playing this game. But as you know, Back in the Day Gamer has vowed to stop quitting games while playing them and to just stick to it. That's why this year I've only beat like a dozen games, because I'm not just now been stubborn. I'm always stubborn, but been sticking to my guns and being stubborn and not quitting a game and playing. And it took me it easily took me a month or more to beat this damn game. But as I said, it's not a bad game. Something about it hooked me, and I think it was figuring out what to do. You know, because if you played this yourself, you play it, you're like, oh, the controls, the knockback, oh, screw this game, I'm not even sure what to do. I got the controls down, I was ready for the knockback, then it was like, oh, hey, I figured this out. The house, it's like a big maze. Some of it's good, some of it's not. There's lots to talk about in that. You do see some of the characters from the movie. Lydia, you see Otho again, shit like that. The sandworm. Oh, if you've played this game and you've gotten to the house, past the first and second board, the sandworm. But the movie, I saw it opening day and I loved it. A lot of times I get hyped for a movie, I'm super excited, expectations are high, and the movie sucks. My expectations were high on this. I tried to keep them low because I didn't want to be disappointed. I liked it. Michael Keaton, it was like, he's exactly the same. It was like they made it a year after the first movie. It was perfect. Nothing changed. He's awesome. Obviously he's covered in makeup, so you don't see any aging or whatever, but big fan of the new Beetlejuice movie, and I'm a fan of this game. Not a big fan, but much more of a fan than the Angry Video Game Nerd. So, I think that's where we're going to wrap this video up, because I've got more Halloween games to play. We've only got a week left of the season, and we're not done yet. So, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thanks again for tuning into my channel. Good to see everybody, and until next time, keep it retro!